I'm going to share some music. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm going to share some music. Let's do that. Let's do that. So we're going to do two songs today, both from late 20s, early 30s. I'm going to get my picture a little bit bigger. See if we can do that. That might work. And Sunny Side of the Street has a few less chords than Pennies from Heaven. They're about the same, they're both in the key of G. They share some chords, some D7. So some of the stuff that we'll cover on Sunny's side will then be applicable to Pennies from Heaven. So hopefully there'll be some muscle memory, carryover stuff. So we're just going to start out with that first line, that intro. We're just going to work through the chord progression. And we're just going to do a nice little thumb strum. Chord in 3 dots is 4 beats or 4 strums, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would be open strings on A minor 7. Then the D7, you'll see in the chord diagrams, we've got 2 D7s, a barred D7 that I'm illustrating with my fingers. And then an island D7, of course, is 2 open, 2 open on the 2nd fret there. A little bit easier for some folks, for most folks. But there is some advantage that we'll talk about when we get down to the 3rd line. For learning those barred 7, major 7s, because they're movable, and that makes them more fun. But anyway, we've got A minor 7, 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, D7, 4 beats, and a G for 8 beats. Then we repeat A minor 7. And I'm just doing a thumb strum, and hopefully if you're doing a thumb strum and really softly, you just see how sweet that is on your ukulele. And so I do recommend that you try to work in a thumb strum in an intro, in an outro at some point, one verse, one chorus, whatever. It's just such a nice change from whackity, 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 whack. Repeats on A minor 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, D7, 2, 3, 4, and G, 2, 3, 4 with a G stop. And of course, you'll notice that in lighter gray shade, it says G flat arrow G. So that would be taking your G, which I'm doing right now, moving it to the 1st fret, strumming, and moving it nice and holding it down nice and tight and moving it back into place. So you're going from G to G flat to G, which is really no different than when we finish a song in terms of difficulty. It's not something you normally do, but when we finish a song with C, G7, C, or C, F, C, it's just G, G flat, G, it's 3 strums. In this case, what we're trying to build to is when you do that 2nd strum on G flat, that you don't do a 3rd strum. You let your slide create that 3rd tone. And so I'm just doing that 2nd down strum with my G form in that 1st and 2nd fret, and then pushing them across the fret, my fingers across the fret. And, maybe your 1st fret is too high and you got too much tension there and it doesn't work well for you or whatever. You can always do the 3 notes. 1, 2, 3. And that's kind of fun too. So then that 2nd, that 1st verse, I think, line 2, I think we'll just start with a down, up, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. Grab your coat, get your hat. Now again, in your chord diagrams, you got B7 as a G form. It's kind of shaded there. It's the 2nd B7 up at the top. And it's just a G, and you've just moved all your fingers up. So it's a shape that you're very familiar with. You've just moved all your fingers up one string. And there's a reason why in this song I like that shape. But you also see in the chord diagrams that that B7 can be an E minor shape. Here's my E minor. And I'm just moving all of my fingers up. That's a second B7 shape. And then some of you who are more advanced know that you can bar the second fret and put a finger up there on the third string of the third fret. And that's also a B7. But I like this G shape. It's one we're familiar with. It's one we can hold really steady and strong. And that will come in handy in a little bit. So anyway, we were grabbing our coat and getting our hat, and then we were going to leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet. There is a case to be made for doing worries. You play your C, and then play that E minor shape for your next B7. So you would use two different forms of B7. I know. Don't make my head explode. It's only 105, 107, 115 on a Saturday. Don't make my head explode. But if you use the second form of B7 in your E minor shape, your next chord is E minor. And so you just need to drop all your fingers down into E minor. Just direct your feet. And I just moved my index finger up. If I was doing B7, just direct, let me see, just direct. You could take your ring finger and slide it all the way over feet for your A7. I don't know. My index finger is now developed enough that I can just pop it up there. Little diagonal move, that's not too bad. To the sunny, now we've got 2 beats and 2 beats all of a sudden. It's been 4 beats, 4 beats, 4 beats, 4 beats, 4 beats. And now 4 beats, and now all of a sudden 2 beats. Sunny side of the street. Now we had G flat to G. That was the G slide. What would the D7 slide be? Take your D7. What? Maybe you're playing your D7 Hawaiian style. You still get some nice tone movement out of that. So why not do that? And then second verse, same as the first. Let's just do island strum just to see. It's not my preferred strum for this song, but it may be your go-to strum. You may end up playing the song with the island strum, so let's just go ahead and do it. On that second verse, can't you hear pitter-pat? And this is down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. And that happy tune is your step. Life can be complete. 2 beats, sunny side of the street. And I'm doing down, down, up, down, down, up. Sunny side of the street. G, G flat, G. Now we've got a little bit of a change of melody. Little interlude kind of a phrasing thing. So the strum I really like for this song is down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. But you already have, you've got your thumb strum, which you could do throughout. You've got down, up, up. And you've got island strum. So now you can choose your own adventure. But I like down, up, down. But for some reason, on those first 4 beats of D minor, I like down, 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 down. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade. What did I do there? Why is that finger there? That says C. Well, because it's two measures of C, and I get bored easily, and I want some other tone to happen. And so I've got my index finger after that first measure of C. Pushing down on that third string, second fret, and that would be adding a D note, swapping out that extra open C for a D note, and it seems to work with the melody pretty well. It doesn't really matter when you put it down. I like to put it down pretty early and release it right at the end, but it doesn't matter. If you get your index finger down there on the D note, anytime you have scored a major movement forward in your ukulele journey. So, where were we? In the shade G7 with those blues on parade. I'm not afraid. So we've got two versions of D7 pictured above, and we go ahead and we try to use them here, again, to create movement. So we do the island D7, this rover, and then we've got time, because we're just entertaining ourselves or an audience of 1 or 5 or 30. Crossed over. And so we just move from 1. This rover. And I looked my fingers into that barred D7. Crossed over if I never had a cent. I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. Oh, the D7 slide. And you can pause for drama, take a drink. Dean Martin would probably take a puff on a cigarette. Then click his fingers 3 times and pop into the instrumental. So, a lot of you, ever since I mentioned it, have been emailing me and calling me nonstop about what is the jump, strum, and slide. We're going to see that right now. Actually, what was I going to do? I know what I was going to do. Yeah, there it is. We're going to go to the OUJ close-up cam. Oh my God. Okay, so you got your G, right? And you got your G slide. So our jump strums, we've been adding, we've been taking 2 chords and using both chords with just 1 strum pattern. So we do down, up, down, up, down. But we would jump after the down, up, down, we would jump to another chord. Down, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up, down. So if you do that with your G and your G flat, you're left flat, and it sounds silly. If you do it with a G and a C, you know, that sounds kind of cool. In the context of this song, if you wanted to get back to G, then you would slide back from G flat. What if you did that all with 1 strum? So the only thing you're doing with your G flat is hitting it on the up and sliding it right back in. So it's down, up, down. So down, up, down on the G. Let me do this. I did down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Let's say you don't like that. You like the movement, but you don't like the strum. You could do that down, up, down, down, down. Something like that. Let's say you don't like any of that at all, then just play G. But the nice thing about this is once you get a handle on it and understand, I've been screwing around with this for weeks, if not months. So if you don't quite get it in the last 90 seconds, don't beat yourself up about it. It's just something to work towards. If you like the sound of the movement, it's kind of a fun thing to incorporate, particularly in an instrumental section. So the nice thing is for B7, because you can hold that shape pretty strongly, you can do the same thing on B7. And you can do the same thing on D7. Or on D7, the island strum. You can't see that very good. So it becomes kind of a neat little embellishment to your strumming. So let's look at we'll do it nice and slow. Let's look at the instrumental. 1, 2, nice and slow, 3, 4. Instead of sliding the E minor out and back, here all I've done is I've lifted up my middle finger to do a hammer. And again on the up. So I take it off right before the up and put it down right after the up. Again, not everybody's cup of tea, but it's kind of a nice embellishment. A7, you can just pick up your index finger. A minor 7, I leave alone. And sometimes I'll slide that D7. You don't have enough time to do a down, up, down slide thingy, but I might do that. And then G. And that was down, up, down, with the G flat slide incorporated. And then I used to walk in the shade with those blues at a D. I'm not afraid, 2 D7's coming. This rover crossed over. You want to get super wacky complicated, you can go up to your next D7, which is barring the 5th fret, and then putting your middle finger up there on the 3rd string, 6th fret. So you could go, this rover crossed over, and add a 3rd D7. That's nutty. Bob, my head's exploding. Move on. Okay. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet. 2 beats, sunny side. And now all of a sudden it's 4 beats for D7 because we're going to do a repeat. Sunny side, on the sunny side, on the sunny side of the what? So whatever D7 side of the, whether it's your bar D7 or your island D7, You want it, once you hit it, side of the, and take it down to the 5th fret. You've got a nice little fret marker there. I think we all do. Should be one on the side of your ook as well. Little dot there. And take it down to the 5th fret, and then just 5, 4, oops, is that right? Yeah, that's right. 5, 4, 3, 2. But if you had a barred D7, sunny side of the, and you can, elongate, embellish, slow down your vocals. On the sunny side of the, or you can speed them up. On the sun, what is that? A minor 7. Sunny side of the, on the sunny side of the street. Sunny side of the street. Okay, who's got questions? Who's on first? Let's do this. Let's do this. Da, da, da. Taking us off the close-up cam.
Hey, Bob.
Rochelle.
So that high D7, it's the bar, and then what's the other finger you put down?
So if you think about the B7, that's the 2nd fret, and then the 3rd string. So most people would do their middle finger on that 3rd string, 3rd fret.
Yeah.
So C7 is 3rd fret, same thing. So B7, C7, and then D7 is 5th fret, 3rd string on the 6th fret.
Thank you.
Oui, oui.
Oui.
You don't do that on the slide?
Yeah, that's on the slide. And when you slide from the D7 down 4th, 3rd, 2nd, you keep that same shape? On the bar?
Well, you're in a different part of the song. And on that part of the song, you're starting off already with a D7 shape. And so I just keep that D7 shape and take that up to the 5th fret.
Oh, same shape. And then you just slide it down 4,
Yes.
3, 2.
Yes.
Thank you. I was sliding with the thing on the 3rd string and it was awkward.
Well, you could. Yeah, I think you have to press harder in that form than you do with the 2nd position D7 with the barred and the extra finger down at the bottom on your A string. I think that's an easier one to press down on than the other form. But the other thing I wanted to say was, thank you for keeping me in the mode here. Let's say you don't bar chords. You're not there yet. You're not doing that. There's no reason why, one, you can't at least try to hold down that 2nd fret with one finger. Just try to do it. Layer another finger over the top of it, press it down. Use your thumb in the back of the neck of your ukulele and press it down. And just get the experience, whether it's the exact same tone or not. It doesn't matter. This is all good. Get the experience of going up to the 5th fret, and just by barring the 5th fret, which we know because we've been sneaking it into other songs, is D minor 7. Just bar that 5th fret. Don't worry about a finger down at the bottom. And just do the bar 5, 4, 3, 2. On the sunny side. You don't know that I was not, I was supposed to play a major 7 there because it sounds cool. So we were playing a minor 7. We were playing D minor 7. So what's the big deal? That's cool. Anybody would be delighted to hear you play that. I mean, delighted to hear you play that. So, and then the other thing is, okay, I'm not doing a bar chord. I don't care what you say, Bob. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing a single finger. I'm not doing a double finger. I'm not doing none of that. Okay, I get it. I get it. You could take all 4 fingers and take those up to the 5th fret. So there. Ha. So who else has questions?
Yes, question. So, actually, one question I have, when you go back to the OUJ cam, can you tilt it down a little bit? We're not getting your right hand with the strum. We're getting a good shot, a good view of your left hand with the chords, but it'd be helpful to see your right hand strumming a little bit better.
Wouldn't that be great if I had an assistant?
Either that or you could sit up a little higher if you have an adjustable chair. Anyway, that was one question. The other
Wouldn't that be
question
great if
is,
my assistant brought in a pillow?
yeah, where is that assistant?
Exactly.
The other question is, when you're going up to that 5th fret for that D7 that you're then sliding down, I'm realizing the problem is, for me at least, that it's a different, the finger that's not barred is on a different string. So you go from the barred D7th and your extra fingers on the 1st string, and then you go up to the 5th fret. You've got to move it up to the 3rd string.
No.
Oh, I'm doing something wrong. Okay.
That's if you want to play a D7. I don't want you to play a D7 there.
Ah.
I want you to just use that form of your 2nd fret D7. I don't want you to play another D7.
Okay.
I just want you to take that form, the D7 form, move the whole form up to the 5th fret.
Oh. What chord is that actually?
Well, I think that's going to be if that's D7, then the 4th fret is E7. So that's another form of F7. So you're going F, E, D sharp, D. So it's just a traditional, or traditional isn't the word I'm looking for, a standard walk down using the same shape. You know, if you took your F7 shape, if you took, or that's the G7 shape, whatever. If you did that B7 shape, so once you get it up to the 5th fret, that's when we call it a D7. And then we could walk that down. All the way down to A7 if you wanted to. But that's not what I'm trying to get across in this chord chart. You play your D7, A minor 7, sunny side of the, and just keep that form. Move it up to the 5th, street on the sunny side of the street. So let's try that all together. That last section, if I never had a cent. 1, 2, if I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the, on the sunny side, on the sunny side of the, on the sunny side of the street. Okay. Who else has questions?
No, I have that now in terms of, it's not an actual D7th up there, it's the D7 shape. But can you one more time do that final bottom line, the timing on it? I'm not understanding the timing.
Sure, let's do the second to the last line first. Sunny side, 1, 2, 3. On the sunny side, on the sunny side. Oops, I started from the wrong place. On the sunny side, on the sunny side of the, on the sunny side of the street. So you do your D7, walk down, you rest on the, and then it's a cappella, on the 2 beats, 4, 4, 4, bump, bump. Take it from the top. Other questions? Sure. Other questions? Great questions and interventions there. Good? Let's take it from the top. 1 and 1 and 1. A 1, 2, nice and slow. Grab your coat, get your hat, leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Oh, can't you hear the pitter pat? That happy tune is your step. Life can be complete on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade, but I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. 3, 4. I used to walk in the shade with those blues at a D, but I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side, on the sunny side, on the sunny side of the rest on the sunny side of the street. How about them apples anyway? We all right? Is that enough for one day? Should we move on to something else? Everybody good? All
It was
good?
challenging. I'm gonna have to eat my Wheaties next time.
I should warn you. There's going to be a workout. There's going to be a workout, people. Eat your Wheaties. Okay, let's look at another one just for kicks. As long as we're here, as long as it's a captive audience. Anybody remember Gary Shandling? he did this thing where he would say, no clicking, no clicking. I've got a captive audience until you start clicking. No clicking. I remember there was something about this, like this is in a different format, and so I can probably make it a little bit bigger. Da-da-da-dee-da-dum. Let's see, you go over there. You go over there. You get out of there.
Hey, Bob, is this in 3/4 time?
No way.
No.
I know what you're thinking, and I'll explain in a moment.
Okie dokie.
Humans were involved in the creation of all of these chord charts, and so that's where most of our problems start. You just have to think of those dots as 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you get up to 4 and it's all good. I know almost all of our chord charts that have a chord and 2 dots means 3/4 time. But this one was done early on in the history of OUJ, and I wasn't smart then, and I'm not smart now, but now we've got a system. Then the system was, let's change the system every time we do a new chord chart. And so that's why it is what it is. So I'm slowly changing all of the landscape chord charts over to portrait as I find them, but I decided not to do it. I'm changing the 4/4 time that have this kind of layout. I'm changing them back to a chord and a dot instead of a chord and 2 dots. But in this case, 2 dots, just follow the dots. The chord is a marker for what chord to play. The dots are markers for how many beats. So, where was I? So you'll see there's a lot of G and D7. So you know what I'm going to try and do there. Some slipping and sliding and stuff. Let's take a look at this nice and steady. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the G. Now we're going to have our ukasthenic moment. B minor 7 is that barred 2nd fret. Only 2 beats. And then you just jump your index and your middle finger up into that 1 and 3 spot on the 1st fret. So it's 1, 2 on the 2nd fret, and then 2 fingers on the 1st fret. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now let's suppose you were smarter than me and you played your B minor 7 with 4 fingers. Then you could just slide 2 fingers over and lift up a couple fingers. But that would mean you would have to have fingers that obey your every command. And some people can do that, some people can't. So I kind of like the barred 2nd fret. And if you like to give yourself a little bit more time to think, you could do a single strum on each of those. B minor 7, jump. B minor 7, 2 finger jump. B minor 7, 2 finger jump. And then we're back at our old friend A minor 7. Look, ma, no fingers. 4 beats. D7 of any kind you want, 4 beats. And back to G and repeat. B minor 7, 2, 1st fret 2, 4 beats, D7, 4 beats. Every time it rains, jump, it rains. That's like jumping over a puddle. That's pretty good. It's a good way to remember it. Rains, it rains. Pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud jump over the puddle contains pennies from heaven. D minor 7, you just play D minor. You'll find I usually hit the 7 on the 2nd beat when my mind and my pinky catch up to each other. but D minor works just fine. Fortune fallen. You've got your ring finger in the right position already. Why not use it? Just pick up your other two fingers, play C major 7 with your ring finger. All over town, pick up your ring finger a micromillimeter off the string. 2 beats, put it right back down. Pick it up a micromillimeter again. We're going to go to the action cam. Wait a second. I know it's here. There it is. Yeah, we are. Okay. Woo! Woo! Yeah, that's good, Bob. That's good. What is happening here? Let's see. We've got D minor 7. You'll find your fortune falling all over town. That A minor 7 is supposed to have 2 dots there. That's 2 beats. Your E minor 6, you're going to put your ring finger right back down in the exact same spot, and then just reach over with your index finger and put it there where you would play your A7. Be sure that E minor 7, you're just going to push your index finger over. Get that middle finger out of there. To E minor 7. And then you're going to pull it back again. So you're playing A minor 7, all fingers off, but your ring finger is hovering over that 2nd fret, 1st string. Put it down with your index finger. Be sure that push your index finger over your umbrella. Pull it back. Is upside down. And I like a slide there, of course. So, yeah, I got some other stuff to show you, so I'll leave it on the action cam. Trade them for a package, jump over the puddle. Sunshine and flowers. If you want to leave out the 7, pull your fingers off for C major 7. You must have showers. So that times 2 means the 2 beats, 2 beats. So it really means, it'll change someday, but that means play 4 beats there of A minor 7. Put your finger back down for C major 7. So if you just slide it over and add a couple. For C minor 7, hear it thunder. This is a cool thing. Pull all 3 back to the 2nd fret. Don't run under a tree. And you keep your ring finger steady on that 1st string, 2nd fret. You can just spread your other 2 fingers for E7. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. So that's the whole song. Everything else repeats. The only thing that happens that's a little bit different is for the instrumental break. I do the B minor 7 for 4 beats instead of 2, just to let you kind of hang your B minor 7 out there, and it says B major 7, which is a mistake. And the B flat diminished jump over the puddle chord, 1st fret chord, I do that for 4 beats as well. So let's go through that 2nd line, 1st verse, or 3rd line of the song, including the intro, You'll Find Your Fortune Falling. Let's do that nice and slow, and then we'll play through that 2nd verse, and then I think we got it covered. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll find your fortune falling all over town. Put it right back down and index. Be sure, push your index over, bring it back. is upside down. G, E minor 7 and a jump. Sunshine and flowers. If you want things you love, you must have 4 beats on A minor 7. So if you can't put all your fingers down right over C major 7 and slide into C minor 7. It takes a little bit of work, but it's a thought. Hear it thunder, pull 'em back, don't run under. Spread 'em out. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. 4 beats, 4 beats, 4 beats. Who's got questions?
We are very confused about so if you hear it thunder, what's going on with those C chords at the beginning?
Okay, good, great. So C major 7 is first string, 2nd fret. C minor 7 is your first 3 strings or a D form on the 3rd fret. So it's the difference between 1 finger down on the 2nd fret and 3 fingers down. And the only thing I was saying was that if you practice this for a while and you get into slides and you really like the sound of that slide that we've been working on, you could have your 1 finger down on the 2nd fret, put your 3 fingers down, and slide them into the 3rd fret. And so that...
Bob, you're showing C minor 7th as barred all the way across the 3rd fret.
Well, I'm not pointing fingers, but somebody else created that chart. It's 3 fingers.
Okay.
I recommend that you play it as 3 fingers. If you want to play it as 4 fingers, you're not going to get much of a tonal difference, but it really helps with that movement from C major 7 to C minor 7 and then back to G major 7.
Okay.
That 3-chord movement. That's why we have these sessions, so we can work this stuff out. These are great questions. So trade them for a package of blah, blah, blah. All the way at the end of that line, you must have showers. Showers. So if you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven. So C major 7, C minor 7, C major 7, C minor 7. Okay? Good. Es good. Es bueno. And the only other thing I did was I just kind of penciled in, we get all the way to the outro and we played everything the same way the whole time. We have been fooling around with this. Do a strum and do 1, 2, 3. First string, 2nd string, 3rd string. Pick, pick, pick. So you could do that at the end. That would be kind of pretty. That was sliding into my B minor 7 from the 1st fret. Sliding in. Otherwise, it's just the exact same as we've been doing. And so you can do that shared strum and slide, or jump strum and slide, with a B minor 7, obviously. If you can do it with a D7, why not do it with a B minor 7? Or you could do B minor 7 just to get that movement with 3 strums. 2nd fret, 1st fret, 2nd fret. Like that. Anyway, that's another way to handle the end. Other questions? Oh my God, Bob, that was so hard. I can't believe you did that to us. I do this because I care. So, might as well just play this thing, huh? What do you say? 1, 2, nice and slow. 2 beats. Slide if you want to. 2 beats, jump a puddle. Every time it rains, it rains. Pennies from heaven. Everybody now. Don't you know each cloud contains, everybody, pennies from heaven. You'll find your fortune falling all over town. Put it back down. Be sure that your umbrella is upside down. 2, 3, 4. Trade them for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you must have 4B. So if you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. That's cheating, Bob. That's not on the chart. 2, 3, 4. Every time it rains, everybody now, pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? You'll find your fortune falling all over town. Be sure that your umbrella is upside down. 3, 4. Trade them for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you must have showers. So if you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven, pennies from heaven. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. That's your G slide moment.
Woo!
That's something, ain't it?
I'm in a dead sweat, Bob, and it's all your fault.
That's good. Give you something to work on. How's everybody else doing?
That was great. Thank you.
All good, all good. Very good. Thanks for all the questions. That really helps make it go better for everybody because everybody's got the same questions. So that's terrific. All good?
Good lesson.
All good, Bob. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Go forth and multiply.
Oh, must I? Fortunately,
You
I'm
could
too
divide or subtract or add. Your choice.
Yeah.
old.
So, Bob, remember your first question to us?
What about what? No, what?
What was your favorite song for today?
Yeah.
Well, these two are it.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Mhm.
That's great. I suppose I ought to stop recording here at some point.